Hey guys, Marshall here with Bass Pro Fishing TV. Today's video, I'm going to be comparing a $9 Googan Squad topwater frog and a $2 Walmart frog. I got this video idea from Brendan Miller. I was watching him and seen that he did kind of a comparison to this. Instead, he did the $2 frog against the Pad Crasher, which I have used the Pad Crasher. It is a really good solid frog, but I thought, you know what, let's go a little step higher. Let's do a name brand Googan Squad frog. I'm pretty sure this is one of the most expensive frogs out there, but definitely a really popular one with a lot of people that watch YouTube and fish. I know I've seen this frog everywhere. This frog cost me $1.89 at Walmart, so there's definitely a pretty decent difference between the two. First off, with the Googan one, it's got a rough top to it. Feels pretty solid. It's a little stiff to push down. Now the eye right there, that's in there. That's nice. That's not gonna just pull out really easily, which is some things. Now you can see that the feet are trimmed. I do always trim the feet because usually when these come out the box, they're a little long, and I cut them, and that just helps to give it a little bit of a better walking action. Now onto the Walmart frog. So this frog, surprisingly, its feet are actually perfectly cut. I would cut one of these just a little bit shorter just to help it with the walking. But my first initial reaction, this is a pretty solid frog. I don't know if you can tell, but it does have it does have a rough kind of texture to the top and the sides. The Googan has only the top. The eyes are glued on, unlike the Googan Squad one, where they're actually part of the frog. The hooks are really sharp. I'm pretty surprised. Now, with the one hook, I don't know if you can tell or not, but this hook right here is kind of bent in. So what I might do is take my pliers and just bend that out a little bit, because when a fish bites down on this, if that's bent in too much, it'll go into the plastic. This frog is really soft right out the box. There's no having to put it in hot water or anything like you do with these frogs to actually get them working nice. Put them in hot water for a little bit to help soften up the plastic, just to make sure that bass doesn't have to bite down as hard to get those hooks exposed. This seems a pretty solid frog for $2. This eye, ooh, I don't like that. This eye kind of comes out and twists and moves, unlike the Googan one, which is, it's firmly in there. Another thing, this weight on it is popping out a little bit. I'm worried that that's gonna fall out after a little bit, like it's just kind of plugged up in there. With the Googan one, you can kind of see that it's flush in there. It's in there. But just going off looks isn't the best. So I guess let's get out to the water and see the difference. Right there was a fish. That was funny. Anyway, so we're out here on the water with the two frogs, the Googan and the $1 frog from Walmart. This is my buddy Blake.
What's up?
He's going to be helping me today. So we're going to play a little game of rock, paper, scissors, and whoever wins gets to pick what frog they want. You ready?
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Which one are you taking?
The cheap one.
Really? The cheap one? Really? The old Walmart frog.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess I'm taking the Googan Squad one. I guess let's get rigged up and hit it. All right. We got the Googan Squad frog tied on. Buddy Blake's already out there in the water. Let me explain this to you a little. Right there was a fish. Oh my god. Let me explain this to you. So we have an hour to fish these. It is 6:04 right now, and we have 1 hour to fish this. So let's hope the Googan Squad one can win for the price, One thing I can say about this Googan Squad frog is it does cast really nice. Seems to have, it's got good walking action since I cut the little feet off the tails. I have seen some fish around here though, so that is pretty good sign. Just had one freaking strike at it. This is a good sign. I kind of ran over here because, you know, time limit, but right out there, I just had one strike at it. Just seeing it come up. There's definitely fish around here. Right there's a fish. Right there's a bass. I just seen it. I just see its fin. I see its fin right over here. Come on. Come on, take it. Come on, it's gonna go right in front of his face. Come on. There's definitely some fish in here. This is a lot more of a mossy area here. Right there's a fish. I can see its fin. It's moving around. I don't know if you can see it or not. No way, I just missed that. Did you see that? I just had one swarm and I started pulling it away from its freaking mouth. Dude, I keep having swarms. I'm just not getting any really hard bites. Uh-oh. What? There's one. No, my God. Dude. I'm so mad. Did you see that blow up? Yeah. Dude, right under that tree, I just had one. Oh, no. Dude, right there. Oh, dude, there's fish everywhere. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of knotted up here, though, dude. Okay, we moved up to the bigger pond, but we have 37 minutes left to catch a fish. No one has caught a fish yet. It's not even, I mean, me nor Blake. Hoping that we freaking can here soon. Let's get one fish. Oh, I just scared a fish away. Okay, it's a good sign. There's some fish back here. This place has been pretty good with frogs, though, in the past years, because this is the campground I camp at. But there's usually more algae back here, too. So it's kind of a guessing game. What I'm going to do, though, is chuck this freaking thing all the way over on the other side. Right there was a fish. I just seen a fish right next to it. Come on. Chuck this thing on the other side and just swim it the whole way back. That's what I'm going to do. We got 21 minutes left with 0 fish. So I'm trying to make my way and hit as much water and just cover as much water as I possibly can. I mean, I'm doing my best here. There is usually some bass that sit under these trees here. It's just kind of hard to cast under. This looks pretty promising over here. With all this algae right here. And the other side of that orange floater stuff looks pretty good. Uh-oh. 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 I'm in trouble. Uh-oh. This ain't good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No. Please, no. Uh-oh. This really is not good, guys. I'm stuck on this orange stuff. I was trying to get away from it. I think I'm wrapped. Oh, oh, oh my God, yes, 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 thank you. I think I was stuck on a tree or something, but Definitely wasn't hooked into it, but knot looks good. Hooks look good. Getting back out there. Oh my God, that's 3 right over here that have went for this frog. Right in that back corner, right around there. That's 3 of them. No. Oh, that was a perfect cast, but I was in the trees. If I wasn't in the trees, I would have had a fish. I had him good too. He was on splashing out of the water. Oh, I can't freaking. That's why it'd be nice to be out one of these freaking paddle boats and get over under those trees. That's where it was sitting, and it was a nice one too. There's definitely fish attacking this freaking thing. Oh my God. That sucks. Well, that's unfortunate, guys. Right now, walking back over to the golf cart. Going to get Blake, tell him that we're out of time. An hour to fish. A lot of nice blow-ups. Had a few good ones that I messed up the hook set on. And that one over by that tree over there where I had a good hook set, but he was wrapped around and got off. But now for the big kind of reason why I did this. See how durable they are. Well, I'm back here at the house. Real quick, just apologies for my voice right now. I'm feeling a little under the weather, but still getting this video out. Anyways, I'm gonna start off with the Googan frog because this is the one that I fished with for an hour. So after fishing with this lure for an hour, it honestly had really nice tight action. It wasn't wide, it wasn't all over the place. It didn't like to wander off, and it walked fine. It didn't walk, stop, and it didn't ever land upside down or on its side or on its face. It honestly did very good. But a few things that I have to say about this thing. First of all, for $9, you would expect this thing to be very, very strong. But the paint, I don't know if you can see or not, the paint is wearing off all on the side and by the hooks and everything, which is a little bit disappointed because this is a very cool design. If you actually get a close-up and look at this, it's very cool and very interesting, very bullfrog look-alike, which, you know, for $9, you would think this would hold up a little bit better with the paint. Another thing is, it is extremely hard to push down this plastic, which means it's definitely a tougher, more solid rubber, but as you can see with, you know, some of the fish that jumped at it, they just could not bite down hard enough to get those hooks exposed to get a nice hook set. I'm not blaming fully just the lure because these definitely will catch fish, but I'm gonna say you should prep this first and put it in just off the oven boiling water to get that plastic nice and soft. The hooks extremely sharp still. Very, very happy about that. Did get snagged a few times in some trees, and you know, even just with fishing with them in the water, sometimes the hooks get, you know, with fish jumping at it, sometimes the hooks get dull. But nope, these hooks are nice, sharp, definitely could catch some fish. Another thing is, the eye, where you tie your line, in there, not going anywhere, nice and solid. Same with the hooks, they're not moving around. Another thing that I really do like about this is that there's this plastic piece right here, and that helps keep water out of it, which you might not really notice it too much or whatever fishing, but you'll understand here why in a minute, why I'm mentioning that. Another thing, these feet, you know, after catching fish, sometimes you're missing these and they're, you know, loose and come out and just really brittle, but these things still in there, nothing falling, just really, really well designed, really nice lure. The eyeballs are still in there. I mean, you could definitely keep casting this and have no problem. I really believe so. The weight's also still in there, which, you know, I've had frogs that after a few casts, the weight falls out and then you're not able to walk. It's not sitting properly in the water. You can't cast as far, and that just you know, it's a waste of money. Hooks never once went into the lure, and the hooks are still straight. You know, that's a really big problem if the hook actually buries itself into the lure, because then, you know, the point where when you set the hook set and you want that sharp end to pierce the mouth, you know, that needs pressed down a lot harder than this lure already is to get that hook out of the bait and into the fish's mouth. Now, onto the Walmart one. This is going off mostly what Blake said, but, you know, I was fishing next to him for a little bit, so I did get to see a little bit too. First off, hooks. Still extremely sharp. Definitely could catch more fish with this, which is amazing with it being, you know, $1, $2, whatever it was. Very impressed by the hooks. The paint job is actually in fantastic condition. I don't know how well you can see it or not, but there's no rubbing off or anything like that. Another thing is the eyeball came off, which, you know, I'm not too surprised about, because this thing was, you know, $2, and it's just like not even glued on there. The eyes aren't even glued on. It's like googly eyes, the sticker ones where you just stick them onto something. That's really what they are, except the googly, you know. The feet in there, which is surprising, you know, with it being $1. It's not brittle, not ripping out, nothing. The hook still kind of sucks that it's bent out of the box, but this thing had really, really nice walking action right out the box. No trimming of the feet or anything. I should have not trimmed these ones just to make it a little bit more fair, but, you know, it's not that big of a deal, I don't believe, because it's not really about what caught the most fish. It was what was more durable and what could handle more. But in a durability stance, I'm very, very, very surprised how this Walmart one has turned out. Few things, though, is this is a softer plastic, which is nice. You know, you could definitely get a smaller fish or less aggressive fish to bite down and get those hooks exposed, which I like very much. But with it being a softer plastic and how big these hooks are compared to the body, it went in to the body, I mean, multiple times, you know. So, like I said, that hook goes in there, the whole ordeal. The weight's still in there, which is really nice. One thing that I'm a little concerned about is that the eyelid turns completely around. Like, I'm spinning this frog back and forth, and it's just turning. And also, these hooks pull way out, way in, turn all the way around. One thing about this is also, see how there's nothing right there? Well, with that, talking to Blake, he said this thing likes to hold water and likes to sink, which sucks, because you want a nice lure that's not going to just sink on you all the time. It's going to stay above the water and still have a really nice walking action. But for $1, can you really complain? You know, this is, I mean, it's a budget, you know. This is what people can have. But, you know, if you're trying to get in there and cover as much water as you can with the frog, and this thing's filled up with water, you got to take time and squeeze it out, which might not be that tedious, but after doing it for a few hours of fishing, it adds up to time, which could potentially cost you a fish. But I will say that for $2 versus $9, I would take the Walmart one. Nothing against Googan Squad or anything like that, but I mean, this is a very solid frog, but out of the box with no modifications, no cutting of the feet, no loosening up the plastic. I'm taking the Walmart one any day. Honestly, I had a really, really fun time out fishing doing this challenge, cheap versus expensive. I'd like to do more. Give me some comments about what lures you'd like to see, cheap versus expensive, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.